do not see you, Robby. Do you see me? There. Okay, there's a Robby, and there's a Ted. Are we both here?
We are both. Ted, it's working.
Okay, well, that's sort of true. All right, you're watching the TMI Show with Ted Rall and Manila Chan. It is Thursday, May 7th, 2026. Thank you so much for joining us. Had some technical glitches, still trying to work out the bugs with Rumble Studio. I'm not so sure this works so great, but I think I figured out a few things about how to make it work a little bit better. I'm trying to think what else. Okay. All right. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us. If you're tagging along from Deprogram and you want to continue that conversation with Robby about immigration, please feel free to do so. And we can do that, or we can get straight into the stories. Robby, do you want to pick up where we left off, or what?
Well, a part of me feels bad about calling that guy stupid, but honestly, though, he's stupid. I don't understand.
You don't feel that bad.
I don't understand the constant beating of the drum. I mean, seriously, I need someone to make, because what this fool's doing, he's making the same argument that Ben Shapiro is making. Think about that for a second. If you're on the left, why do you sound like Ben Shapiro? You need immigration to push wages down, because God forbid, you need immigration to push wages down so people can make more profit, and to push prices down. The problem is prices don't go down. The rate of inflation goes up every single freaking year between 2 and 5%, depending on the metric it is that you use. If you figure in the cost of housing, the cost of energy, the cost of food, it's close to like 8% a year. Meanwhile, wages are flat or retreating, but the answer is more immigration. I mean, seriously, how retarded do you have to be to make that argument? If you just keep doing more of the same, eventually it's going to get cheaper, because you won't be able to, because you're just going to starve to death. There's Ted using the jaws. Shut up, Robby.
No, I was just like, I was clicking on something that I thought was something else and wasn't.
Yeah, that's just, the Romans tried this with the Federati. How'd that work out for them? It didn't. So how about we not be Rome? How about we take care of the American people for a change? Is that seriously too much to ask for?
Apparently so. All right, Robby, let's get to it. Let's get to the news.
Let's get to
shall we? Because we do have to be on it. We have to be on a tight ship today. We've got DMZ America podcast with myself and Scott Stantis coming up in 53 minutes. We'll be we'll be talking about this Pulitzer scandal. All right, let me pull up the. Okay. Wait, how come I don't have that up at the ready? Here we go. All right. Okay, so. Okay. All right. The co-owner of a Boston bakery is offering baked goods as a reward for the safe return of the eatery's mascot, a large plastic ice cream cone named Swirly. Swirly, a fixture outside of Flour Bakery, not the most original name for a bakery, I'm just going to say, on the Boston Common, was initially feared to have blown away during the winter. But co-owner Joanne Chang now says she believes the mascot is still nearby. She's not saying why she thinks that. I wonder if maybe there's an air tag inside Swirly, but anyway, she says he's somewhere nearby. Anyway, he was possibly spotted in a nearby dorm window looking down longingly at home, and we have reason to believe he may be confused about where he is, Chang wrote on social media. She said, "All the bakery wants is Swirly's safe return. To anyone who is temporarily sheltering him, thank you for protecting him this winter. Please return him safely. No questions asked, in exchange for baked goods and our eternal gratitude," Chang wrote.
Yeah, but it's important. Here in Kalispell, you probably saw it. Do you remember seeing the Blue Cow car wash? They're on Highway 93.
Refresh my memory.
So it's a car wash, conveniently enough, because it's called a car wash.
that helps.
And so the mascot is this big, it's this plastic blue cow, and they roll out to the side of the road every day. And they've had to start taking it back into the business and locking up at night. because they're afraid that someone will steal the giant blue cow.
As one does.
Yeah. So now they could pull a Ted Rall and take the blue cow to the roof of Flat High School and then see if the blue cow can walk down the stairs.
Right.
But because this bovine is not alive, it probably
because and if it were alive, it would not be alive for much longer because it is blue, which would indicate it's suffering from oxygen deprivation.
Well, it's just all the methane from all of the cow farts.
Right.
But no, I mean, listen, what's happening with Slurpee really is a tragedy.
Is it? Is it really?
100%. I mean, you have a little bakery. You got your little mascot sitting outside. It's your. I'm all serious. I mean, it is your sign. It is your advertising. It lets people know, hey, I'm here. This is what I do. Come on in. Get yourself an ice cream or a pastry or something. And when that goes away, I mean, it really can be a problem, especially if it's a tourist area without a lot of locals.
Well, I mean, look, Boston is obviously, despite the original Spinal Tap, it is a college town. So, there be pranks and there be thievery of things like that. It's going to happen. Every city that has a big boy burger dude, people are going to steal it. So I have thoughts about this because I have participated in things like this. Yes, go ahead.
In Jolly over on YouTube says this happened in my city. We had a cow mascot and it's been stolen. I'm telling you, there's something to be said about Sharia law. If you get caught stealing, you get convicted, you lose a hand. I think that's something that the West would be wise to adopt.
Oh,
what are you doing?
I'm trying to put an overlay to show the TMI logo, and it's just like not letting me do it.
It doesn't like you today.
Doesn't like me any day. Anyway, yeah. So come on. You were a rambunctious child. Did you ever have any pranks that involved stealing things?
Not pranks that involved stealing things. I did have pranks though where I would try to get money. So I would go to the Dale Champs parking lot, and I would stick a potato in the tailpipe of cars, typically of older women. So that way, when we tried to start the cars, of course, it wouldn't work. I would then offer my assistants to help them get the car started, pop the hood, kind of screw around with the filter, walk around the back, extract the potato, and then voila, the car would start. And more often than not, I would get a tip.
So you were really a brigand. You were stealing, basically.
Oh, 100%. I was hungry. I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And so that potato, it served me well. And if you don't have a potato, a swamp cabbage will work too.
What the hell is a swamp cabbage?
So a swamp cabbage, you know what a cattail is? Those big old plants.
Yeah. Of course.
So what you do is that if you dig up the roots, those whole things are edible, and you can actually roast the cattails. They're delicious, by the way. But no, you dig up the roots. It's a nut. It's about the size of my fist. It's called a swamp cabbage, and push comes to shove, you can use that. But potatoes are easier because they're softer, easier to get out. So if you're ever hard up for cash, and if you have a Del Champs, which you don't because they're dead now.
Wait, what? What?
Del Champs grocery store.
Oh no, I do not know what that is.
It used to be a grocery store. Now it no longer exists. So it went the way of TG&Y and Montgomery Wards.
It's tragic.
It's capitalism, man. It's terrible.
So, okay. So I have to admit, so I have some funny stories to tell about this. So, I like to steal things. I told the cow story. I'm not going to tell that story again because people already heard it. But when I was a kid, I was home from school. We had the day off that day. I forget, for some national holiday. My mom was away. She had to work, and I didn't have to go to school. And I saw two college kids run across my backyard carrying a giant pumpkin that they had stolen from my mom's neighbor. My mom's neighbor was her best friend, and also her husband was the guy in the neighborhood who always bought the biggest pumpkin. There's that guy. There's always that house. And that guy, so the pumpkin was like a 3-foot in diameter monster. And these guys were like laughing and hauling ass across my backyard, lugging the pumpkin. And off they went with it, right? And so anyway, the story went out into the neighborhood, like from Mr. Weinberg, like, someone stole my pumpkin, can't believe it. And I was like, well, I think I know something about that. And anyway, about 6 weeks later, the pumpkin reappeared in front of his house, beautifully carved, like unbelievable, like a total work of art. And so these college kids from probably the University of Dayton stole the pumpkin, carved the pumpkin, returned the pumpkin in time for Halloween. I thought that was kind of like a beautiful, amazing thing.
No, 100%. That was nice of them. Did y'all ever used to have BB gun wars?
Well, I know what BB guns are, but not a BB gun war.
So what you do, of course, this being in the South, you always got to recreate the battles of the War of Northern Aggression. so you put together two. So you know what capture the flag is?
Of course.
So you put together two armies, and everyone's armed with BB guns. I'm talking about real life, honest to God BB guns. Like if you get hit, you feel it.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah, I've been hit by a BB gun. Have you ever?
Oh God, yeah. So I was involved in more BB gun wars than I could possibly tell you. And so the entire idea was that you capture the flag, either the Confederate battle flag or the Union flag. And so that was we would we'd always do that in Pine Forest High School. Sometimes we do it in the school. Sometimes we just do it in the field behind the school. And but I never stole a mascot.
Mascots are very they're tempting, It's like you want to steal them. It's like they deserve to be stolen. They need to be stolen.
So have you ever acquired a mascot?
I have. And this is I'm afraid you're gonna think less of me, but I don't really care. So so there was a Catholic high school, and I've never talked about this in public before. It's called Archbishop Alter Catholic High School. It is the high school, it's the Catholic high school in Kettering, Ohio. And I went to public school. I went to Fairmont West High School, which is now just Fairmont High School, because Fairmont East closed due to declining enrollment, and they merged the two schools. Anyway, Alter High School had a big metal statue of Archbishop Alter. It was kind of a very severe. I remember it, being probably about 8 feet tall, 7 feet tall, and he carried a spear. And so I know this is an unsolved crime. So I'm going to sort of shed some light on it. It goes back to the 1970s. Suffice it to say that I was part of the group of brigands who we plotted to steal the statue. And we used this kind of the same truck that we used to steal the cow. Long story short, we pulled up alongside, we used chains, and we tipped the Archbishop into the back of the truck and took off. When it fell with a mighty clank, and fortunately for us, it turned out it was mostly hollow inside. We didn't really know. We assumed it was solid metal, but it wasn't. It would have probably destroyed the truck. But it bent the spear pretty badly, which is something we hadn't anticipated or wanted to have happen. Anyway, we kept it in a barn south of town for months. And they were very unhappy about it. And they let it be known that when they found out whoever it was, they were going to be arrested, probably sent to prison. And so with all of that, the heat was on for all the co-conspirators. And we would have returned it if they hadn't been so threatening. But we were like, they said they're going to throw us in jail. So it's like, what are we going to do? So we were thinking about dumping it into the Little Miami River. We were like leaving it out in the forest. And ultimately, I then was no longer had anything to do with this group of people who were keeping it. And then ultimately they negotiated its safe return, which leads me to believe that if something like that can be arranged, clearly we can have peace with Iran. Because even, something that fraught could be fixed.
Ted, I don't know. Your faith in humanity is is greater than mine.
Misplaced is what you're saying.
Well, I'm a very jaded person, and so no, you're talking about but with your expertise of stealing Catholic statues. I need to ask you a question because we've seen those images out of southern Lebanon with the Israelis smashing Jesus statues and the one putting a cigarette in the Virgin Mary's mouth.
We weren't planning to hurt it. Yeah.
So do you think that in this case it's the IDF soldiers just doing harmless pranks, or do you think it's like an honest to God just disrespect of the Christian population there?
I'm going to say hatred and contempt of the Christian population would be the way I would interpret that. Because they didn't plan it. Look, it wasn't all in good fun where they were planning to return it eventually, right? Not at all.
Well, I mean, you're able to return it in pieces. It doesn't necessarily have to be whole. I mean, no, you yourself, you desecrated this Catholic statue by
That's true. There was desecration did occur. I have to confide, but it wasn't intentional.
But it wasn't intentional. I guess
it was definitely. In fact, we were pretty mortified. We did not want that to happen. We were like hoping. We were like, oh shit. It turned out that the damage and the statue is there now. Everything's fine.
Oh, so the statue's still there.
It was returned ultimately, and it's in its rightful place on the pedestal. The way we looked at it was, look, we had every right to take it because there it was doing nothing at all, and if we didn't take it, someone else would have. So logically, we felt like it was ours.
Well, it's obviously there to keep the school from sliding off the property line. It was like a paperweight. It was holding it down.
Clearly, although not very well, since it was hollow inside. Yeah. Much like our society in general.
So, is the statue still there?
Like the statue, as far as I know, is still there. I drove by there maybe about a year ago, and it was still there.
Well, I'm proud of you, Ted. I'm proud of you for assisting in the hostage negotiations and the restoration.
I had nothing to do with the hostage negotiations. At all.
Oh, so you're already checked out then by the time the negotiations.
I was like, I'm out. Yeah, totally.
So now, did you blackmail them? Because you could have 100% said, "Look, listen, I will rat you all out if you don't give me Dr. Peppers or Mountain Dews or something. I will." I mean, you could 100% have pulled an Epstein on them.
That's true, but no.
But did you?
No, I wasn't going to do that.
So you just peaced out then.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you just always have been against capitalism, haven't you? I mean, you could 100% have exploited your former friends for filthy lucre.
Yeah, but that's that. There's honor among thieves. The way I look at it, I just wasn't going to do that.
Is there though? I mean, there's a lot of thievery going around, and a lot of times the thieves will definitely turn on each other and rob from each other.
True. But the way I looked at it was those people had done me no wrong. And we had a good time together. And it was like my duty to make everything, just to go on and live my life. No one ratted me out or anything. So
why did you decide to end your relationship with these fine, outstanding, moral people?
It wasn't like even like,
You just got bored with it, or?
It was just sort of like, it was time. It was time for it to end. I had other things to do.
Chasing girls. Instead of stealing statues, probably.
I did chase girls. But I mean, actually, the statue thing did involve chasing girls. Girls were involved in the theft of the statue. And I was trying to impress this girl. And it worked, actually. We ended up going out. So.
There you go.
And she would, yeah. I will not go so far as to say that she provided the barn, but she did provide the barn. Anyway, so with that, we probably should move on. Oh, look, I made the thing appear. Okay, that worked. So that's exciting.
Oh, is it up? Oh, yeah, it is up. I see it now.
Yeah, we need to have that because I don't like the overlay, the big overlay, like this thing.
Yeah, I don't like that either. It's too gaudy.
It's too much. I mean,
No, when Manila comes back, we are going to have to explain to her that the show's ratings, our numbers have increased dramatically since she has been out after after her
I feel bad
birthing the
about that.
spawn.
Hmm.
And so I think that we need to just explain to her, it's like we are going to pull rank because we are part of the patriarchy, and also she not only is she a woman, she's also a minority.
That's true.
So we can 100% just say if you don't do this, we will deport you.
Yeah, and her child off to an ice gulag.
No, Kizzy wants the child. I showed Kizzy a picture of the baby, and oh, there goes Ted. Ted just wiped himself off. So I'm going to tell this story. So I showed Kizzy a picture of Manila's brand new baby, freshly baked, and she's just like, "Oh, it's so cute! It's a cute little Asian." I said, "Well, yeah, because its mother is Asian, and those Asians have got some wicked strong genes, and so yeah, it's an Asian. So if we do deport Manila, we can keep the baby, and then Kizzy can have the baby."
Yeah, but Manila's nice. We don't want to deport her. She's never done anything wrong, as far as we know.
Well,
Not yet.
I'm sure she's done plenty wrong. But I'm just talking if she gives us crap about the new format of the show since she's been gone for weeks now.
Oh, she will.
She'll like, give us crap or she'll acquiesce.
I think she'll give us crap, of course. Obviously.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. Y'all listen. I mean, this is the kind of high level content y'all come to for the TMI show. I mean, this is not deprogram, okay? We're not here for hard news and analysis. We're here to call people stupid in the chat. And well, that's not true. I did that with deprogram. I still feel bad about that. I shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah.
So can we talk about dick cancer?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm not even going to jaws it. Let's do this. All right. This is a topic of great interest to me as a person who owns a penis myself. Okay, a man has shared his life and death battle with an exceptionally rare form of cancer that forced him to have a third of his penis removed. Alastair Munro, 49, will appear on BBC Two's Surgeons at the End of Life on May 6th, I guess that was yesterday, to talk about his battle with penile cancer. He had noticed a small lump at the end of his penis, which was getting bigger. So he did the right thing because he's in Britain and they have national health care. He went to see his GP about 6 weeks after the lump first appeared. 6 weeks. I don't know if I would have waited 6 weeks, but okay. No. Anyway, tests confirmed that he had cancer, and then he faced a 7-hour operation at the Western General Hospital in Edinburgh to remove the tumor plus some lymph nodes in his groin. Medics carried out a second operation 6 weeks later to remove more of the cancer. They were also able to reconstruct his penis using skin from his thigh. I was thinking they might have used skin from a White House staffer. But I want to get the message across that if anyone notices there is something wrong in the penis or testicle area, like a spot or a lump, or they have problems urinating, they should never be embarrassed and should go to the GP straight away, Alastair, who lives in Inverness, Scotland, said. Consultant urological surgeon CJ Shukla, who leads the team which performed the operation, said led the team who performed the operation. I think cancer is a horrible disease. That's not exactly a controversial statement. I think we can all agree on that. Democrats, Republicans, we can all agree on that. Often with no symptoms and so difficult to detect. But I'm only alive today due to my brilliant surgeon and the NHS, the National Health Service of the UK, and the fact that I managed to spot something was wrong before it was too late. Penile cancer is incredibly rare, and so little is generally known about it that I decided to take part in the BBC Scotland series, which follows the whole story. Alastair, a civil engineer, was given the all clear in February. He'll get more plastic surgery later this year. He's been supported by his best friend, Richard Sylvester, who appears on the show alongside him. And the pair are raising money for male cancer charity, Orchid. Okay. Anyway, penile cancer affects only 700 men in Great Britain every year. If one person watches the program and realizes that there's something wrong or not quite right with them in the downstairs area and then decides to go to his GP, then Richard and I will have achieved our target, he said. I like the fact that his friend is named Dick.
It helps.
They filmed
It's
the whole
important for branding.
totally. They filmed the whole procedure and all the rest of it. And then after the recovery period, they came back to the golf club and filmed us again. Earlier this year, they showed us the whole episode. It's quite graphic. I think, I missed that yesterday. So, and I can't say I'm sad that I missed it. But look, penile cancer really is a thing. And the reason I put it on there, besides the fact that it's penile cancer, mainly just because it's penile cancer, but also because it's penile cancer. But I thought it is actually a real problem that, American men and other men around the world, and trans women in some cases, have to, people with penises have to look at. A number of years ago, probably about 7 or 8 years ago, a guy died in ICE detention in Texas because he had untreated penile cancer, and the authorities did not provide him with any medical care, and so his dick rotted off, and he died. And ICE was sued, and I'm pretty sure they had to settle because they didn't provide. We know that ICE doesn't provide proper medical care. Penile cancer. If you notice a bump down there, if you see something, do something.
I have a question, and this is a serious question for once. Since Kizzy owns my dick, and if I get penile cancer, should the skin graft come from her thigh instead of mine?
Well, it won't match.
That's okay.
You're going to be like one of those cars that has a different colored door than the rest of the car.
I fail to see the problem.
I guess, isn't that going to affect your porn career on your OnlyFans?
It would probably jumpstart it. White dude with black schlong.
Now, would your penis grow as a result of having black DNA attached to it?
Well, I guess you always tie a brick to it and then just kind of let it stretch.
Although, it's not always true, apparently, that I have heard from ladies that there are black dudes who have small penises.
Well, of course. They're human beings. They're not gorillas. There are Asians and white people with big dicks, and there are black people with small dicks, and it's just, it just happens. But all I'm saying is that if I get smitten with dick cancer, and if my wife wants my dick to get fixed because she enjoys my dick, then shouldn't the skin, since it's exclusively
it needs to come from you because it'll be an easier skin graft. That's what they normally do, right? So.
I don't care about easy.
They can take it off your, take it off your ass.
Listen, this is all about equity, okay? She,
at that rate, ask Manila for it.
She enjoys the services that I provide, and so as a result,
she says anyway. So you say. So you claim.
No, there's a biological. There are signs, physical signs that you can tell that there is enjoyment there, and so I just think that if I ever get, for example, if I ever get ass cancer, I understand that my body has to provide the material to remove the ass cancer, because my ass is exclusively for my use. Mm-hmm. But my wife, she uses my penis, and so as a result. She should have some skin in the game, pun intended. Do you see what I just did there?
Yes, I did.
And to point out, Manchild, no, thank you for the $1 donation. Yes, Robby is 100% is very stupid. I completely agree. This conversation is proof of this.
Yes, that's true.
I'm trying to embrace my inner Democrat, but equity and it's important.
Sure, why not?
Well,
okay. Well,
what do you think?
Well, I'm always hesitant to say that anybody should necessarily give up a body part for their spouse. So I think that's between whatever you guys have worked out in your marital contract, and it's entirely it's her call, not to mention your call. But
so you're not Team Robby on this.
I think frankly, I think that if you got a lump on your penis, it's probably due to something you did wrong, and therefore it's your own fault.
What the hell can I do wrong to get dick cancer? I'm not sticking every hole.
Clearly, you would have put your dick someplace where it's not supposed to be, and that's how you got dick cancer. Like, I don't know. You're like, oh, look, there's Chernobyl. I'll put my dick in Chernobyl.
Listen,
there's 3 Mile Island. I'm going to drag my dick on the ground. I mean, who knows what you did? You ate a school lunch one time. You're going to get dick cancer.
Listen. Okay, so Ratner up says it's Robbie's body, Robbie's choice. I agree with that. Listen, I own my black woman. I own her.
Oh God. Okay. So the show is on YouTube. Don't forget.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm coaching my words very, very carefully.
Couching.
And so, whatever. Coaching, couching, whatever.
Okay.
Get a Kizzy tramp stamp. If Kizzy ever sees this, I'm dead.
Yeah, you've been flying very close to the sun, sir.
It's true. Good thing my wings are not made out of wax.
Well, but your penis may be made out of wax if you have dick cancer. So, I mean, look, in all seriousness, I don't know if there's all seriousness, but I do want to praise this guy for being willing to tell his story in public and possibly save lives. It's incredibly embarrassing and not something you want to talk about, much like the anal skin tags I'm going to have removed next month.
You want me to do this for you? I can cut those off.
Yeah, no thanks. No, so apparently I had a hemorrhoid at some point, and then when the hemorrhoid retreated and went away, it left behind skin tags. And so I went in to consult about this, and so basically the doctors, so the way they do this is they put this is so funny to me. They don't want it to be painful, so they shoot the pain medication in a needle into your asshole. So that's painful. But anyway, And then the guy said, I have to assume the position on my knees, basically, like sort of with my, with my arms up on the examination table. And then he comes up from behind and does this thing. He said it's all over in like 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, listen, as your friend,
it's going to hurt like a motherfucker. I'm looking forward to it though.
I mean, I bet you are getting your luck changes like that. Maybe I'll pet your head and blow in your ear.
I believe it or not, I looked on Grok to see if it was okay to drink like half a bottle of scotch before I go do this. And believe it or not, it said it was a bad idea. I think Grok is wrong. I'm going to try Claude and see what it has to say about this.
I think probably anytime
in the Old West, it would have been half a bottle of scotch.
Oh, for sure. I mean, also in the Old West, I mean, if someone about their ass tags, they probably just told you just to man up and just deal with it,
or shoot them off.
Yeah, or listen, I am offering as your friend to use my K-bar knife, and I can remove them.
Can we do it here on the TMI show?
Oh God, yeah! Like we have Clovis film. Like he can handle the camera, just zoom in.
He doesn't have opposable thumbs. That cat is useless. Is he still asleep back there? No, he's gone.
No, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. But no, we can train. We got that magic mouse. So he can just use the pads of his paws, and he can just adjust and zoom in that way.
Yeah, that's true. He could.
You don't need thumbs for that.
What's the most painful medical thing you've ever undergone? Because for me, I'm pretty sure it was a penis thing. I got a zit on my dick. I was convinced that I had put my dick someplace where I had put my dick places where it didn't belong, but that's not what caused it. It was literally it was just oil, and they did so my doctor. I come in, I tell my doctor. He goes, "What's up?" I go, "Oh, I have a pimple on my penis," and he goes, "Oh, well, it's herpes. It's incurable." And I'm like, "Don't you think you should look at it first?" And he's like, "If I have to," and so. And he's like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "You're right. It's just," he goes, "but just out of an abundance of caution, we should do a biopsy." And so he took a needle and stuck it in there and sucked the juice out. And he was on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. He had this very old timey doctor's office with very old medical equipment, including like a hard wooden examination table, like oak, like from the 1920s or 30s. Beautiful. Anyway, I reached down and I was holding on to the side while he did this. And it hurt so much that I left thumbprints on the side of the examination table, and I saw them there every time I went back.
That's awesome. For me, it's going to be a tie between two different things. Once, when I was a teenager, I got into a fight, got hit in the face with a crowbar.
Oof.
And I got some nice dental work done as a result. Ended up smashing the guy in the face with a brick. I won that fight, but my teeth didn't. So that was very painful. The other thing was I had to go to the doctor because I was having just like in my right arm. I'm right-handed, but a lot of times my right arm is it feels like it's numb and burning at the same time. I have a lot of nerve damage, and to come to find out, I've got sometime when I was younger, I broke my neck unsurprisingly. And so sometimes it hurts really bad. And it goes down my right shoulder into my right arm. Like I can never feel my hand. It's just always feels like it's asleep. But from here up, it just burns. Mm. And I was having a really bad episode of it one day and went to the doctor. And what they were going to do was go in and, long story short, there's a bunch of bone spurs that were going into the nerves because the nerves are growing outside of where the bones got broken when I was a kid. Or younger. I don't know how old I was, but definitely when I was a teenager. And so they were going to go in, and supposedly they had numbed it. Well, they went in, they were trying to get those bone spurs out. I could feel everything. Oof. So the numbing didn't work. And I told the doctor, I said, I feel what you're doing. It really hurts. And he's like, there's no way you feel this. I said, I started explaining to him what he was doing.
You are sadly mistaken, sir.
And he's just like, so the doctor is, how the fuck are you feeling this? I said, I don't know, but I really wish you'd stop because I'm going to stab you if you don't. And, and it was very painful. And so we stopped the procedure, and it's just like, because the way that your nerve tree is, so if you ever try to get this fixed, most likely it would just paralyze you from the neck down. So you just have to deal with the pain. So that's what I do.
Yeah, that sucks.
But no, that hurt. I mean, feeling him digging around in my neck, that was not a good experience.
I can only imagine. And all I can say is, better you than me. Okay.
Thanks, Ted. Listen, that's a mark of a true friend right there.
True friend.
I'm glad you're going through this instead of screw you. No, listen, my offer to extract your ass tags are that's been revoked. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Oh, well, I will mourn that greatly. All right. I'm reading an ad just for that. Okay. So here we go.
It's about
I can't believe we still get advertising, given the way we talk on here. Anyway, quick question. How much control do you actually have over your money right now? Technology has changed everything, and now it's changing how money works. Crypto started as a niche, but now it's going mainstream. Faster payments, more control, fewer middlemen. This isn't hype, it's just where things are going. And getting started today is easier than you think. That's where Rumble Wallet comes in. With Rumble Wallet, you can buy Bitcoin, hold dollar-backed stablecoins, even own digital gold backed by real gold all in one place. Setup is simple. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your debit card, credit card, or bank account and be up and running in minutes. Start small, $10, $50, $100. It's not just about the amount. It's about getting in early and understanding what's coming next. And once you're set up, you can even tip your favorite Rumble creators like Robby and Manila and myself directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. Take control of your money. Get started with Rumble Wallet today.
John Parker over on YouTube says it could be a premium episode, me doing the graft on your ass.
It would be very premium, but who would watch?
I mean, listen, I'm sure that there's plenty of people out there who would like to see Ted Rall's cheeks spread with Robby using a K-bar, just cutting these things off.
No.
I mean, no, listen, the fact that we have people watching this episode right now, when it's completely I have no idea why you people even watch us. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, we're not even covering the stories. We're talking about dick cancer, ass tags.
Well, that dick cancer is a story.
Yeah, but I mean, you stealing
And I
the
should say a pretty important one.
but you stealing the statue though is more impressive than Dick Cancer.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me of, I'm trying to think of other thievery. Oh, at Columbia University, where I was, of course, attended, there were flags that flew in front of campus. And we used to always plot to steal the Columbia University flag just because. And we didn't do that. That's not a very interesting story. But I'm trying to think of other stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like again, if you have like a big, like a Bob's Big Boy kind of, statue, you're
Right.
asking college kids to steal that. I mean, you want them to, like, they have to. It's required by law.
So I guess I'm just ill-equipped to deal with it because I have never been in a college, so I don't understand I don't understand the
The
appeal.
mentality.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand pranks. Pranks are fun, but I don't understand taking something that does not belong to you.
Well, the idea is you would not necessarily keep it. It's the idea that it's about being able to get away with it. That's really all it is.
But the one I just dress it up, like for example, with with the statue, you could have just dressed it in drag, like you could have put a dress on it or something.
Yeah, but we thought it would be like super impressive because it looked so immovable that like, oh, we it's part of it is to prove that you can do something, that you can get away with it, that like, it looks impossible, therefore we will do it. It's the human spirit. It's like Sir Edmund Hillary climbing Mount Everest. Why? Because it's there.
Yeah,
That's all.
or you're channeling your inner Christopher Columbus.
Exactly.
What's over there?
It's like we don't know what's there, probably nothing, but we're just gonna see, right? Like it's the human spirit. Like, why go to Mars? Why not?
Because you can't afford it. People need health care. So why
That
so
seems
why
like
go
a
to
good
Mars?
reason. That does
I
seem
mean,
like a good
I
reason.
mean, we could, but let's fix our house first, and then worry about the renovations next door.
All right, I guess that is fair. All right, so we have one more story to do, and before we go to
Can,
DMZ America,
can we do the Chrome story instead? I really want to hear about the Chrome story. I realize that's a DMZ story, not
okay. Well,
DMZ,
yeah, we can.
program.
Yeah, what were we gonna do on TMI?
Well, but we were going to do the Singapore straw licking incident.
Oh, well, that's the headline. Well, maybe we can do both.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about Singapore and
And then we'll get to, yeah, we can do both. All right.
yeah.
We have it. There's enough, there's enough wherewithal here to do both. Okay. All right.
I think so.
All right. So here we go.
It's always the French.
Always. Okay. So, all right. A French teenager is facing mischief and public nuisance charges in Singapore after posting a video on social media of himself licking a straw from an orange juice vending machine and then putting it back. Didier Gaspard Owen Maximilien, what a name, 18 years old, was charged April 24th and has not yet entered a plea. The city-state's largest English newspaper, The Straits Times, says he allegedly committed the offense at a shopping mall on March 12th, and his video spread rapidly even when it surfaced. The teen was granted court permission Wednesday to travel to Manila May 2nd to May 25th for a school trip required for his graduation. He's due back in court on the 29th. Mischief carries a penalty of up to 2 years in prison or a fine or both. Public nuisance is less severe with up to 3 months in prison or a fine or both. He's lucky not to be lashed like my fellow Kettering, Ohio resident Michael Fay was lashed for vandalism in Singapore many years ago. It became an international incident.
Yeah,
in the
didn't
1990s.
they cane him?
They caned him. They caned his ass. iJooz, the JOOZ, the company operating the juice vending machine, filed a police report and sanitized the dispenser while replacing all 500 straws in the machine. It said it would upgrade its machines to include measures such as individually packaged straws and straw compartments that unlock only after the transaction is completed. Lawyers for the teen, who's studying in a French business school in Singapore, declined to comment when contacted. Singapore, a small, densely populated city-state, tightly regulates public behavior and cleanliness, which includes restrictions like limits on chewing gum, and strong penalties for littering and vandalism.
Don't they have the death penalty for drugs?
I believe they do, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I generally am opposed to living in cities. I could 100% see myself living in Singapore.
Because they run such a tight ship?
Yeah, because just it's orderly. And,
Yeah,
and for me, that's quite appealing.
Yeah, there's no bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could make the case that personal freedom is not necessarily in the package for
No, it's
Singapore.
not. No.
But if you're able to live in a place where you're able to, make a living and not get pushed in front of subways or have your straw licked by a Frenchman.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is their culture, right? This is the society that they have. It has a lot to recommend it.
Would you live there?
I haven't been to Singapore, so I can't say. I would never say I could live somewhere before I can actually visit it and see what I think. But I mean, probably wouldn't be a great idea because, I like to express myself politically a lot. I don't think I'd be able to cartoon freely there. But I don't have a problem with them running a tight ship. I mean, squalor is not a great thing. And it's nice to have a city that doesn't allow you to spit your gum on the ground and shit. I don't have a problem with that, really.
No, I mean graffiti. I mean it shows a decline of your civilization. So if you keep it clean and if you have pride of where you live, there's a lot to be said for that. Let's talk about Chrome. I really want to know what the fuckery that Google's up to.
Okay, so you may not have asked for an AI model on your computer, but you may have one anyway. Google Chrome, which most of us have, I have it, has been installing a 4 gigabyte model onto devices without asking or notifying users. They've been installing Gemini Nano, an AI model that runs on devices like smartphones and laptops rather than in the cloud, onto some people's Chrome browsers without their permission. That, according to Alexander Humph. Humph is a Swedish computer scientist and lawyer known as That Privacy Guy. And Google doesn't tell you that it's on your device after it's installed. Humph says that Gemini Nano will only be installed if the person's device meets the hardware requirements. In other words, you have to have enough extra space on your disk. It's unknown how many people have gotten the install. Robby, I find that pretty disturbing.
Oh, very much so. I mean, it's just like what they did with your books with ChatGPT. I mean, all they're doing is, they are stealing your information and they're using it to monetize their product.
And they're spying on you.
Well, everyone spies on you. I mean, there is no privacy online. That's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Clearly.
And Manchild, thank you for the $1. Current AI development feels like a child running with a live grenade. Is there an adult in the room, or the establishment too busy profiting from the race to care about the blast? They don't care. They do not care. And as someone who's building an AI, they can be quite retarded. You gotta be careful with them.
Apparently so. So look, I think there's a legal remedy that's required here. I don't know if you would agree with this. I would suggest that the U.S. government and the EU should both have should pass legislation that requires any kind of substantial software addition to that, like this, that you should have to actively agree to have it installed on your computer. They should have to ask you. They should have to, you know what I mean? It's not something they should be able to just do on their own. I mean, if it's a patch, like a quick security patch or, a minor update, I don't know how you define that, but that's fine. I don't need to be asked every little thing. Although maybe every little thing they should have to ask you.
Well, definitely if they're installing something on your
transparency.
Computer.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, especially if they're installing something on your computer. It's like, no, Ted, if I go to your house, I have to ask your permission to go in, or I'm a home invader.
Right.
Your computer is an extension of your home. So if something gets installed without your consent, are they invading your home? Your car is considered an extension of the home.
Yeah.
Why isn't it your computer?
No, I mean, it should be. I mean, they shouldn't be able to just insert something as big as this, especially with, consequences that we don't even understand, right? People who've developed AI are in many cases not even aware of everything that their own AI can or will do. And they're going to put it on it's funny. I didn't even want Chrome, but they kind of force you to use it in many cases. A lot of things don't really work right without it. Like YouTube does not work properly on Firefox, or at least not on mine, on Macintosh. So, I mean, I'm doing this show right now on Chrome, and because I'm kind of forced to. So it's really, really annoying.
And the thing is, listen, I have no doubt at all that Windows does the same thing with their AI, their Cortana model. I'm sure that they do. They're going to mine data, however they're able to do it. They're going to work on building up their models. I know they're going to do it. We know they're checking the algorithm because after last week, when I talked about what I'm doing with Fang, and you see what I'm doing with the model. It's I'm getting so many ads now. Do you need help coding? We've got you. And I'm getting ads for Claude, and I've actually been reached out now by a couple of Indian studios. Hey, do you need help with coding? I say, if I do, I 100% will not hire you because I would hire an American instead. In which case, it's probably called racist, but that's okay.
Probably.
No, I was. I can show you the email.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, anyway, do you think there's any possibility that our legislators will ever be able to get hip to this problem and do something about it and, actually require that we give permission before they install shit like this on our computers?
No, what they'll do is they'll nationalize it, and they'll make a worm for the NSA to be able to go in and start looking at the data themselves, all in the name of national security.
Good times.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Stasi. I mean, why would you shut down your surveillance pipeline? You wouldn't. You would make it your own.
Yeah. True. All right. Well, I think we're let's preview DMZ America podcast. That's coming up at the top of the hour in just 3 minutes. I'm very excited about it. Scott Stantis and I took note of the results of this year's Pulitzer Prize. And in doing so, in in what used to be called editorial cartooning, they changed the name of the category. And we noticed, because of our insider information into the profession, that there was a serious conflict of interest breach in one of this year's finalists. We are prepared to name names, and we are going to do that. We've reached out to the Pulitzer board, Columbia University Journalism School. They did not get back to us. We reached out to two of the jurors involved here. They did not get back. I don't know about you, Robby, but when people don't reply, to me, it indicates that that's probably because they don't have a good answer to give to your questions, right?
Or they could just be doing the Thomas Jefferson model of when Sally Hemings, when he was accused of being with her. He just didn't reply, and that turned out to be the best thing he could have done. So that could be what happened there.
Could be, but
I mean, if you talk about it, odds are you're just going to make things worse. So then, what do? You just don't talk about it.
Yeah, I suppose.
But
all right. Well,
I think what they're doing is dirty. It's corrupt as hell.
It's totally corrupt. And, this is at a time when trust in journalism is at record lows. Only 8% of Americans currently tell the Gallup poll that they trust reporters to report the news fairly and fully. That's pretty bad. And that's the lowest on record. So this kind of thing really doesn't help at all. Anyway, with that, are you ready to do the raid, Robby?
Yeah, I'm getting it put together right now. Before honest question as a journalist. Mm-mm. Do you think that journalism exists in the mainstream at all anymore?
Not much. Hardly at all. I mean, they don't do even the basic stuff like calling they'll write an article about you and not even try to contact you for comment. That's not journalism. I mean, that's just an example. And there's no pretense now of objectivity or lack of bias. Anyway, with that, off to DMZ. We
Nope.
will go ahead, Robbie.
We got 2 donations real quick. Let me read this and then we'll do the raid.
Thanks, sir.
Sir Bikes a lot. Thank you for the $1. I'm pissed that I can't hear Magil Roddenberry and call it computer. Yeah, I could see that. And also Peter, thank you for the $2. My Android phone added Gemini without my permission. I asked how to disable it. I disabled it, and it still shows up every time. Shows up every time I wake the phone up. I now can only turn off the phone by ask. That's what Google does.
All right, guys. Sorry we can't stay longer, but that's the clock beckons. Got to go. Yep. Thanks, Robbie. See you tomorrow. Deprogram at 9. Yep. TMI at 10 tomorrow morning. See you. Bye.
Also, Robby versus Ted.
Yes. Right. Good point.